So we want to make sure we keep an eye on the Giannis Antetokounmpo summer of 2021. Maybe it'll be the fall 2021 free agent decision. I mean, the two-time reigning MVP, he's got a hell of a one to make. Obviously, the Milwaukee Bucks will be contenders out east once again. They've been that way for the last few years. They got to the Eastern Conference Finals 2 years ago. And then obviously last year, they lost to the Miami Heat in the second round. Look, a lot of people like, yo, as great as Giannis has been, as many leaps and bounds he's made to his game, it might not be enough in Milwaukee. He might have to go elsewhere if he wants to compete for a championship. We will see, man. Usually when guys don't sign those long-term deals before they get to free agency, more times than not, that's usually a bad sign for the current team that they're on. I'm just saying. But I will say this. I mean, we had a couple guys this week re-up where they're at, or last week rather, with Paul George staying with the Clippers. And the week before that, you had Anthony Davis re-up with the Lakers for long-term deals. But then you got guys like James Harden, who clearly wants out. Other guys that have kind of made their way around the league the last few years, just wanting something different. Jimmy Butler's been shopped around. So there are, you can see both sides of this thing. If you're Milwaukee, you got to play this one out. There's nothing you can get in return that'll equal the value of having Giannis around your franchise. I don't care what it is. So it looks like we're just going to have to play this thing throughout the season. I wanted to give you guys some quotes, though, because Giannis has been asked about it. He was asked about it on Media Day. And, so far through training camp as we get right at the preseason, going into the regular season, right in a couple weeks, Giannis been asked about it, but I like the way he's answering these questions. And I wanted to read you guys a couple of Giannis's answers. Greek Freak been dodging them questions, boy. When asked did he think that this year was championship or bust for his Milwaukee Bucks team, he said, I don't believe it's a championship or bust situation. And nobody wants to win a championship more than me, but you have to keep it getting better. You got to keep getting better one step at a time. It's literally step by step, says the Greek Freak. I will say this. I don't think the Milwaukee Bucks need to win a championship, but they 100% have to at least make it to the NBA Finals. To show Giannis that you are consistently getting better, to make him feel good about his next year, you cannot lose in the second round of the playoffs. And I don't think you can lose in the conference finals because you've already been there. He lost 4 straight games to Toronto a couple years ago. So I think you got to get to the finals if you're Milwaukee. And if you get to the finals, hopefully that will be enough to keep Giannis there. Also, when Giannis was asked about free agency straight up and down, he said, right now, I'm not focused on that. I'm just trying to focus on myself. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not the type of person that talks to his agent 5 times a week. Obviously, I care about it. It's a very big decision. One of the biggest decisions I'm going to make. Man, if I am a Milwaukee Bucks fan, I am scared, man. I'm just scared. You just don't want teams to have that one-on-one conversation with Giannis. You don't ever want it to get to that point. You don't want Miami to show that beautiful lifestyle. Again, these are things that, from what we've seen of Giannis, he doesn't even care about that. I think he's got a girlfriend. I believe they have a child together as well. He's from Greece. He's not American. When you're not American, the culture is just different. And some of the things that might excite some of the black players, that stars of the league, I don't think they necessarily excite Giannis. And again, being black from Greece is just different from being black in America. And if you keep his mind off things, if he doesn't even understand or that doesn't register to him that Miami's got this club, that club, you could be this guy here, you could be that. Some of these culturally relevant things don't really matter to Giannis a lot. And you want to keep it that way. You don't want him seeing Miami, LA, none of them. You don't want Giannis around Miami. You don't want him around Jimmy Butler and South Florida. That's what you don't want. That's what you do not want if you are a Milwaukee Bucks fan. Y'all let me know where y'all think the Greek Freak will wind up at. Do you believe long-term he will stay in Milwaukee? Or do you believe this is just a waiting game? You can literally count the days until Giannis is playing basketball somewhere else. I'm out.